So today we'll be doing abstract classes and interfaces. So abstract classes, they need to have an abstract keyword in front of the class. Then it becomes an abstract class. Now it's enough to have one abstract method. If we have one abstract method, the class has to be declared as abstract. Now, an abstract method must have the abstract keyword here, then it ends with a semicolon. So a point to be noted in abstract classes is that it cannot be instantiated. That is, here we have an abstract class. We cannot create an object on abstract class Apple. We can't create an object on it. So this abstract class needs to be inherited by another class, where the definition of the abstract methods will be found. So abstract keyword is used in front of a class. An abstract class contains at least one abstract method. Now, abstract methods do not have a body. Now, we have seen here, abstract method, it ends with a semicolon. Abstract methods are a derived class that are giving the full definition. So as I said, another class will extend the abstract class where all the definition of the methods has to be found. If the class which is extending Apple, that abstract class Apple, if that class does not have all of the definition of the abstract methods, if it's not there, all the definition, then that subclass also becomes an abstract class. In other words, when a derived class is inheriting from an abstract class, that class needs to have all the definitions of the abstract method. Now, in interfaces, abstract methods are used. Abstract class shape here, we have an abstract method. So it ends here with a semicolon. Now here, we cannot create an object on this class. Why? Because it is an abstract class. Abstract class shapes here, that's another class. Here we have an abstract method. Because we have an abstract method void area, so we need to have abstract here in front of class shapes. Here class square has got a constructor. We have a void area. This was abstract here. Now we have that method definition in class square, which is extending that abstract class shapes. So it extends shapes, and here it is s.area, s.perimeter. So let's see it in, okay, let's compile it. Shaping demo, Java C, shaping demo.java. Then we have s.area. S is working on, yeah, this is not compiling, this is shaping demo with an S here. Shapings with an S here. Okay, Java shapings demo. So here it is s dot square s go to new square s dot area. So it's working here. It's running this one ij 20 times 15. S dot perimeter. We have it in the abstract class. Here we have a complete definition here. So it's accessing this and executing it. So this is how abstract classes they are working. So it needs to be having a derived class but extending it. Next, if we were to differentiate abstract classes with concrete classes, so abstract keyword must be used in front of the abstract class. That's the way it is. Whereas a concrete class do not have any abstract keyword. It can be instantiated. An abstract class cannot be instantiated, but a concrete class can be instantiated. Abstract class, we cannot create object. Concrete class, we can create objects. It contains at least one abstract. An abstract class would contain at least one abstract method. If we have one abstract method, the class automatically, it has to become abstract. We have to put the abstract keyword in front of the class. Whereas a concrete class does not have any abstract method. Abstract class cannot be declared as final, but concrete class can be defined as final. An abstract class has to be inherited, whereas a concrete class, we can decide to inherit it, or we can decide not to inherit its properties and behavior. Next, we have interfaces. Now, interfaces here, we have this here. We have interface shapes. Interface here is the keyword. In an interface, we have only abstract methods. We cannot have a method definition here. And a point to be noted is that it has to implement. It uses the keyword implements. Then we put the interface name after that. And all methods like void area, here we're going to put public void area in the class implementing the interface. And interfaces in Java, it is interfaces that makes multiple inheritance possible in Java. We can achieve multiple inheritance by using interfaces in Java. Because let me remind you that through the extends keyword, we cannot have multiple inheritance. We cannot have more than one class after the extends keyword. We can have only one class after the extends keyword. But after implements, we'll be able to have several interfaces. And as abstract classes, interfaces cannot be instantiated. Demonstrate your understanding. I've just explained to you that multiple inheritance is what? We have a derived class. A derived class can inherit properties and behavior from more than one superclass. For example, class child can inherit from class mother, can inherit from father. But in Java, we cannot do it through extends keyword. We have to use interfaces. Interface mother, interface father. Class child implements mother and comma father. We separate the interfaces with comma. So interface is the keyword. Now we have a program where we are using several interfaces just to show you how we are supporting inheritance, multiple inheritance. Import java.io here, interface shape, interface calculation. So there are two interfaces. Class circle implements shapes, comma, calculations. So it implements this interface and then this interface. Since it's calling here shapes and calculation, it has to have the implementation for all the methods: void area, void perimeter, void display. If in that class we don't have, let's say we didn't have the definition for void perimeter, then that class would have become abstract. But we have void area, void perimeter, void display within this class, so that's why we do not have abstract here. Public void area, public void perimeter. So you'll notice here, I've used a double. I've done a typecasting because we are working with integer type, multiplying with a double. So we have to do typecasting to know how the output should be in which data type. And system.out.printf float with two decimal. If I want two decimal number to be displayed for parameter, so that's the command we use. Person.d dot 2f, sorry, person.2f, comma per. For this variable, it has to be two decimal places. My shape display, okay, this is for display. For in interface calculation, we had void display. Now, here are the display functions. So it's R is working on this class. R the display, it's going to say my shape is a circle and the radius will be displayed. R and then pi. So let's see the command. Circle. Java C intermult.java. Java intermult. And here it goes. R the display, so it was here for the display. It's my shape is a circle. Then the radius, the value of radius R and H. It's 5 and PI 5 3.14. Where does it come from? From this interface, the value were defined 5 and 3.14. Area 75.5 because it added area, it comes here, it performs the area, get this output. Then added perimeter, it comes here and gets the output, and here it's for two decimal places because I put person.2f. So this is a way to achieve multiple inheritance. So this program is showing how we're achieving multiple inheritance. Now I want to also tell you that why interfaces is important. Here I have one class circle. I could have a class sphere. The way we are going to calculate area and perimeter are not same. The formula is different. The result will be different. So that's why we have the interfaces. It acts like a template. We already know what are the methods that will appear in several classes because all the methods are doing the same thing, are meaning the same thing, but the behavior will be different. And that's why polymorphism and interfaces are related to each other. Differentiate interfaces with abstract classes. So now let's see here. Java interfaces are implicitly abstract and cannot have implementation. We can only have the abstract method. We cannot have a definition. Whereas in abstract classes, we can have abstract methods. We can also have abstract methods with a full, the method with a full definition in the abstract class. So it can have non-abstract methods as well in the abstract class. Java interfaces should be implemented by using implements keyword with an S at the end. Abstract classes are extended, that is, it is implemented using the extends keyword. An interface can extend another interface only. Like here, we could have interface calculation extends shapes. We couldn't, if we had another interface, we would not be possible to put a comma because of the extends keyword. This was also possible. An abstract class can implement several interfaces and can also extend another class. Here we have a class here, an abstract class, for example. It could have extends another class. Then implements, we could have several interfaces. And interfaces, just like abstract classes, they cannot be instantiated. We cannot create objects on them. Interfaces support multiple inheritance. Abstract class cannot support multiple inheritance. So that's it for interfaces and abstract classes. Thank you.